Hey everybody, so welcome. It's another episode of our podcast. Don't start acting like you brand new. It was just I moved the table and
Hitting the thing.
right, but you should have been watching your mic anyway. So I am so excited. We've been talking early college, dual credit, and making sure our students get as many opportunities they can in doing this. So I'm going to flip it over to Mr. Jordan, who's our early college specialist, extraordinaire, on top of the job type guy. And kind of take us to our next level of what we're doing with this podcast as it relates to early college.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Principal Anderson. My name is Trinell Jordan. I'm the early college STEM specialist here at Michele Clark. I'm super excited to be here to talk with a few of our dual credit teachers inside our early college program. But first, before we get started, I'm going to go around so everybody can introduce themselves and then tell you guys what course they teach inside of our early college program.
I'm Mr. Polo, and I'm teaching EDU 101.
Mr. Lee, CIS 101, 120, 116, cybersecurity.
Mr. Hennigan, Health 250.
Yeah, cool.
I thought you was gonna do a lot like Mr. Lee. I was like,
Just 250.
That's 250.
that's 250.
And next year it will be 251, and then Mr. Polo also will teach EDU 102 next year too.
Wait, I'm teaching something too, aren't I?
Principal Anderson is credentialed to teach
He's credentialed.
4 different levels of education. So
You're not doing
101,
it,
102, 103, and 104. So he's gonna get
And
a
the
part of the team
counseling.
as well. And a counseling class, yeah. The counseling 101 class.
Can I take it?
I need to give you some counseling, but it's not about you, right? I guess it is about you. So go ahead. I'm
No,
sorry.
It's about all our dual
It's about the
credit teachers.
early college credits that we are able to offer to our students.
So Mr. Lee has
He's the grandfather.
been our veteran
I
dual
am.
credit teacher here at Michele Clark. So we're gonna start with him.
Yeah.
Just to ask him a question pertaining his different CIS classes. Mr. Lee, what would you say is one of the soft skills our students need to transition from the high school coursework to the dual credit coursework that you teach?
I would say critical thinking skills, collaboration, learning how to work with each other. I would also just say communication. A lot of our young people this generation, they don't know how to talk and relay information. So the biggest part of that, I mean, technology, they know they were born with it. So the hardest part is just those soft skills, learning how to take that information and run with it.
Okay.
Can I just throw in, since Mr. Lee, like, what advice would you give, like, us that's just starting the class? Because this is your first semester of class. This is your first semester, right? And you've been doing it for a few years. So, like, what's different, or what should things that they maybe should go for that maybe they haven't thought about, or that you're like, wow, you just don't know how this opens up the world for you or opportunities?
Well, I think it's really about what impression you want to put on this particular course. When you deal with the college courses, the world is your playground. So that should be an extension of you thinking about a typical regular class that you're in with your students. And if you could take it up a notch, what would you do? We all have those moments where like, man, I wish I could do this and this and this, but you might not have a particular audience to do it. So in dual credit, you have that audience and you can really shoot for the moon from there. So I would just say every hope, imagination, thought of what you would do in a perfect scenario, that's the closest you're going to get to doing it in a dual credit class.
Okay. Mr. Hennigan just started his Health 250 course at the beginning of the school year. So I'm going to throw a question out to him. As you just getting started in your Health 250 class, what is some of your observations of the kids' interest in taking the college class? Like, do they look at it as, do you think they understand the importance of the 3 college credits that they getting, or do you think they kind of just look at it as a regular gen ed class for them?
I think that's what's cool about the college courses is I think if they're signing up for it, they are into it.
Gotcha.
They know it's a different level altogether. So they come ready to go every day. They come ready to do it. And like on days, like, so I talked to Mr. Lee too, like everything basically I do funneled through Lee at the beginning just to kind of figure it all out. And he just kind of emphasized making it your own, do your own thing, figure it out. So like one of the things was just asking the students, what do you guys want to do? What is it that you're going to be interested in? And that's something that I feel like now they come to class, they ready, they're learning about things that they want to focus on. You know what I mean? So it's that you get it to that point, then they're definitely locked in because it's things they want to know. You know what I mean? So it's not they show up ready every day. And I know the college kids already are different. You know what I mean? Just showing up, they different. So it's coming to learn, now learning about things that they want to learn about. It's a breeze.
It's a win-win.
Yeah.
I agree. I think, like, especially like the fact that our students get the option to opt into a dual credit course, I think that says a lot. And especially when they get to have input inside the course on ideas and topics that they're interested in, and they get to learn on things, I think that helps them stay engaged and constantly keep their wheels turning in their head so that they actually is taking in the content and taking it away and learning something. So that's good. So Mr. Polo just started his education course at the beginning of this semester in January, EDU 101, teaching the kids intro of education. So this is an education setting, obviously, right? So I know you super passionate about teaching education because this is your thing. What have you experienced or observed with starting off this semester with the EDU 101 kids?
Man, I always so a lot of times the teachers ask me about connecting with the students, and I always say like I'm blessed because of my content. My content just like opens a door for communication and conversation where we bond. And this class has given me the opportunity to do it on a completely different level. So now I'm getting seniors that I taught at the freshman level. Now they're seniors coming back to me, and now we're having discussions about like, what's the difference between schooling and education?
Full circle.
And what have you felt that you've gotten more here? Did you get more schooling or did you get more education? And we get these deep conversations, and like, man, when I tell you they are spilling garbage about just like teaching and education and what it should be and what they want from it and what they're actually getting out of it. To me, it's brought like a new energy inside of me to teach, to just touch on topics that I never got to touch on. So it's really cool, man, because some of them start leaning towards like, man, I think I might be an educator.
Yep.
And then you got other ones that are like, oh, no way. Like, I could never do this. I'm never going this route. But you never get into that moment until we start having these conversations about what this is.
For sure. That's good. So I'm going to open it up for anyone to answer. So like through this process, the early college process, obviously my goal is to get students as many college credits as possible, 15, 30, or all the way to 60 so they can obtain their associate degree. But I feel my challenge is, right, to get your associate degree, you got to take X amount of classes, right, 60-hour worth of classes. And all of those classes is not interesting to all the students, right? They may take, a CIS class because they're interested in computer science. They may take an education class because they're interested in education. They may have to take a Health 250 class because they're interested in health. But some students not interested in that, and they have to take those classes anyway because they need to fulfill some certification of the degree. So how do we, as an early college team, kind of let the students know that although you're not interested in education or you're not interested in computer science or health, you still need to go to this class, take this class, pass this class, because it sets you up for the end goal. I think that's one of my biggest challenges. We're trying to instill in them that I understand you're not interested in this particular subject, but you have to take this class to get to the degree or to get to the certain amount of credits. And it's all not going to be interesting all the time. So how do y'all inside y'all classroom kind of keep them zoned into keep the kids zoned into the content even when they're not interested in that particular content?
I think a major part of it for me is pushing the opportunity. Like just letting them know the opportunity that they have at their hand. Like you in school anyway.
Yeah,
you here.
Facts.
So why not be here and start doing things that you would be doing outside of here already?
And the other thing with that though is that if they went to any college, they're going to take some classes that they're not going to like.
Right.
So I think the push in that is take it here where we can still kind of add to it. You can have a voice to it. I think we'll add to it because a lot of times, and they may not realize it, but maybe to realize it would be to go over like, here's a typical freshman class at, Northern or wherever. and say, here's classes that they take. Tell me, circle the classes that you wouldn't want to take. Well, you still got to take them to get the degree.
Yeah.
So this would be the same thing. It may be come off as an elective. It may come off as part of, the associate's degree.
Yeah.
But those are opportunities, and I think pushing it that way. Or you can just tell them to start cutting the classes. Like, don't go to 250.
Yeah, this is not.
Go to
hard. We're
ED
not doing
101 and not go to 250. You'll get a grade some kind of way.
You'll get it. I think too though, it's like telling them like it's less that you have to do after this.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
Very
you're
true.
halfway done.
Very true.
So like you're quicker to getting the money. A lot of them are
Yeah.
worried about getting money and all this. You're quicker to getting the money because you're halfway done and in doing something that you already you're doing.
Yeah.
So that's the way I try to push it to them.
So back to content, that's actually, so I was having the students do these belief statements. So
Okay.
either they agree, disagree, or they're neutral. And the first belief statement says, if the student fails, is that the teacher's fault? And then the second question is, if class is boring, is that the teacher's fault? And so these belief statements open up this conversation of like, yo, you're not gonna always get what you want. And sometimes like, do you always know what's good for you and what you really need? Because this might be a class that's gonna benefit you in the long run. You might get some
Very true.
knowledge in here. And it's just dope to hear them say like, well, if it's not interesting to this student, it still might be interesting to
Correct.
this other student. And again, just the conversation about school and what it is and what we need to do is there because of my content. So I get to have those conversations.
Yeah.
I would say for me, and I love what you guys said, I sell the experience. At the end of the day, it's a vibe when you come into my room. It's a vibe when you're one of my students, and when you're one of my dual credit students. You get the full,
Yeah.
plate. You get everything. I mean, side dishes, dessert, everything.
Lee is always talking about cooking.
So,
What's Mr. Lee
I
cooking?
mean, I am the founder of the kitchen upstairs.
Do got the kitchen upstairs.
You get that one opportunity to make that impression. And I think when you sell that experience, it has to be that. Not everybody's going to be in here. Not everybody
Very
can
true.
go down this road and down this path. And you have to prove that you one of the best
Yeah.
to get in that particular class with me. And I'm going to prove that I'm one of the best when you come in there every day, because I'm going to give you things that are going to motivate you, push you, frustrate you, piss you off, you name it, because I want to challenge you to be the best version of yourself that you can be. So when you sell that, not everybody can buy that.
No, everybody
Not
can take it.
everybody can subscribe to Mr. Lee. So that's a known fact. I don't talk to freshmen. I don't let freshmen in my room. And I do that for one purpose. I want to make sure they understand that this is a privilege.
Yeah.
It's not just a course of action, and you're
It's not
not
automatic.
just guaranteed to get in here.
Yeah.
And if you do the things that you're supposed to do, when you do get up to the second floor,
You can get that experience.
now you have that opportunity, and now you get to see
Yeah.
exactly what you're looking for. So I'm big on that experience, and my students, just the impression I leave on them at the end of the day, because I don't want them to feel that I'm a traditional teacher and this is a traditional class, because what I give them in there, they could take with them for the rest of their
Yeah.
lives. So I put a lot into it, and I want to make sure that they understand it and that they're ready for it, because not everybody can go down that path.
I love that you said experience. And the only reason why I love that is because that's what we want, like, for every kid that walk in the building, an experience. So even if you went to Great America, maybe you don't ride rides, but you still got an experience. So did that experience leave a positive or negative impact on you? And so everything that you experience, or every opportunity that you walk into, you get some type of experience. So whether I say I don't like Health 250, but what is the experience I get out of
Why
it?
is it always the 250 that you're coming for every single time? I don't like
Do
this.
I?
Cut this class.
And I told them to cut you too.
Yeah.
No, for those that have Health
They better be
250,
in Health 250. I'm gonna make sure.
That's
that
right.
they in Health 250.
Yes.
See?
What is the
Yes.
teacher gonna be there?
Yeah, he'll be
Maybe
there.
sometimes.
He'll be there.
Be
He'll
there.
be there.
But I think that that's important to experience, because even if I don't like the class, and that may be something we should start asking too. Is, well, you might not like the class or the subject matter, but what's the experience? because sometimes I can say I didn't like the class, but I love going because we did this, or because he challenged me on this, or before I knew it, I learned this. I think about the students that took Bio 107 last year. They came back talking about Bio 107 about like nutritional foods and I shouldn't eat this and I'm reading the labels and all that. And someone would say, I didn't like the class, but I learned how to read the labels. I learned what's good for me to eat and things like that. So that was the experience that they left with of the class. So, and that was one of their favorite classes, which was interesting because I didn't think, science, bio 107 that they would, but they loved that class.
And
And
that's
to build off like what Lee's saying, like how you don't talk to freshmen. I go the opposite way to try to get them to want to come to me. You know what I mean? Like I don't teach freshmen either, but I will dap up every single one that I see. I'll say hi. I'll make sure that they know me, so that way I want them to want my class. You know what I mean?
But
Like,
do they know that you teach it though?
Not yet, not as
So,
a freshman.
and
But then I'll have them sophomore at PE, and then I'll start telling them.
And the only
hey,
reason why I brought that up is because I think it's actually cool to be like for Polo's freshmen to be like, hey, we don't have you anymore. And you're like, yeah, because I teach a college course right now. And you didn't qualify for the college course right now. It gives a different vibe because I would probably be looking in there talking about why they college students and I'm not, So that's why I was saying, even in talking to freshmen or any grade level, do they know that this is, it may look like I'm here teaching all freshmen, but now you know that during these periods, I'm teaching college level courses, which is different, than I'm just teaching PE.
Right.
Or, something like that. So I think that also brings the spark and the experience to the school because now somebody comes out of lead class, I'm like, well, what y'all doing there?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so now they're able to tell experience too.
We fired somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're able to bring that experience to the other group, which I think is really, really important.
They get confused seeing me walk out of a classroom. They're like, "Wait, what are
Yeah,
you
you're
doing?"
supposed to be in
And
the
it's
gym,
like,
right?
Yeah, exactly. So then
Because
you
they
kinda-
probably just think like PE teachers don't
Right.
know anything. They're just
Well,
like jocks. No.
I mean, I don't know about
But
I
that.
mean,
Zach,
how many
tell 'em-
PE teachers teaching HAL 250 and 251? Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mr. Hennigan.
So, I mean, for those that thought he was just a PE teacher, he has brains too.
Yeah.
No, that-
Yeah.
Say it louder.
Yeah.
Say it again.
And
Well,
tell them that
I
class
don't want to
teach
blow
'em
your
how to
head up or
survive.
anything.
Tell them that help 250 teaching the kids how to survive and how to stay healthy. So
Exactly.
That's essential. I just got two more questions. Go ahead, Mr. Lee.
I was just gonna say, just going off what everybody said, when we talk about experience, I had a student a couple years ago, and never had her before. I ended up getting her senior year, and the first thing she said, "I don't like this class. I don't want to be in here. None of my friends are in here." And so I remember telling her, "Just give me a chance." And before that year was over, she won every single VR contest we had. Micah Allen, remember
Oh,
her?
yeah.
And I told her, I said, I remember you said you didn't want no parts of my class. All you heard is I was I was a jerk,
Yeah.
and that I give the kids a whole lot of work. But here you are now, whooping Spivvy, which was big. But it was when you get an opportunity, that first impression with the kids, you want that air of mystery and
Yeah.
I want to know what's going on in here. Well, you
Yeah.
can't come in here yet.
Yeah, like
If you take care of business, you can come in here.
yeah.
So I think that's big.
So, because you guys are doing it, I know you had a question. I kind of jumped
No,
in.
you good.
Okay, good. Because I didn't want you to talk about me later after this podcast.
I wouldn't do that.
Like, he was hogging.
I wouldn't do that.
He was picking on Hennigan. Hennigan probably ain't
do
going to ever do a podcast
See,
again.
I fight for my dual credit teacher.
Yeah.
See, Miss Hennigan.
So, with Mr. Polo and Mr. Hennigan, what has changed for you as it relates to, like, now you're not like the way you teach or anything, but just like your thoughts now with education? Because this is really big.
that was my
Like-
question.
I know I saw it in your paper, but I wanted to feel like I asked this question. I wanted to feel like I was the one who wrote that question in my head. You guys get what I'm saying? Like what has really changed for you in that whole, like, you're like not Professor Xavier, but you're like Professor Hennigan type thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That
Well, I mean, I don't let that title get to my head. I've never been like that. I remember my first year teaching, and the other teachers were trying to check the kids. Like, yo, you gonna let them call you Polo? Like, that's not what I got in education for, to be doctor or to son someone or to teach someone something. So that's definitely not new to me. But what's new to me is just like, I was telling them before we started the podcast, it feels like my first year teaching again.
oh nice.
You're like starting from scratch. You got all these different ideas in your head. And so like my creativity is pumping, and I'm just thinking about different ways to kind of educate them, challenge them. For me, it's extremely new because I'm used to teaching all freshmen constantly. So when I gave them their first reading, I started off slow. The last reading I really gave them, one of the students was like, "Whoa, like hold on, like this is intense." And like literally, we read like one paragraph 3 or 4 times, and they're breaking down words by words, and it's just new to them. It's a different challenge for them. It's a different challenge for me. I was telling my city year person, I was like, man, I feel like I'm in college again for the first year. So like, because of course, what you're teaching, you got to relearn and learn it and perfect it.
Yeah.
So it's just like a breath of fresh air for me, man.
It's very different for me. Like being from a gym every day to now being even just as one period, but only having one period in the classroom every day to kind of try to like get in that mind frame is wild. Like so, I know the first lesson we did, I was done in like 15, 20 minutes. And I'm like, oh, okay. You guys just do whatever you want for the next 40 minutes. Like, I don't know. Like, I got nothing else for today. That's it. I thought it was going to drag out the whole time. I had a whole activity and everything. It was like very humbling because like now it's just like that. You have to relearn everything because I'm not used to being in a classroom every day. So it just everything from like the time management to the interactions and all that is wildly different from me.
And you're getting a different push for them. Like you're not like show me this, I'll grade it, or show me you can do this. You're really like pushing them to talk more, interact more, socially, emotionally, touch it. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, it's just a different experience all around. And like, I mean, I was going to Lee right away and being like, "Yo, what do I like? What am I supposed to be doing?
What am I supposed to do with the other 45 minutes? Because I used my 5 minutes already."
I was like, "Don't tell Anderson, but man, I'm in trouble." But no, it's been a lot. It's been a major adjustment for real. But it's
a good
cool.
adjustment.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
It almost feels like what school should be without all the other distractions. So if you ever can imagine that perfect class or these perfect class of students, that's what dual credit is. It's like your heavy hitters are all in one place at one time. It's like we're in the Roman Coliseum. We're just sitting there saying, "Go get it." And I make them compete.
That's the thing. I was done in there like, that's it? And I was like, oh, I know. Sorry, guys. Like, I feel like I'm letting them down. You know what I mean? So, it's,
I can imagine.
But it's a good feeling because they want to be there. You know, they want to learn. They want all that. So, it's a good adjustment.
Okay. Cool. Well, I really appreciate you guys.
So we really call it the M&M Project. You want to tell how it became the M&M Project, or Lee knows how it became the M&M Project?
You guys started it. You started it. This all started with Prince Madison.
It became the M&M Project because we were partnering with Malcolm X.
Yep.
And so we kept saying, how do we come up with something that will be kind of catchy? So M&M became the thing. And one of the things we did was talked about Michele Clark being a pioneer. And so we've been pushing students to kind of compare Michele Clark and all the work that she has accomplished and did, and then also what Malcolm X has done. And, you know, sometimes we only think, you know, this only fits on this side, but Michele Clark did a ton of things, being the first, you know, journalist, being the first and things like now you guys are the first to teach EDU 101, 102, 250, 251. That's first for us. Lee broke the record when he came, and I thought he was just going to do one, and he did like 10,000 dual credit classes. But the fact that we're able to even add like cybersecurity and all, those are pieces that when students leave out, they leave out with a well-rounded experience because now I've experienced some of those things.
Can I tell a quick story?
Yes. Can I get up while you tell that quick story?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So the reason how I
My
found
time
out
is
about
up.
Michele Clark early college, I was working at Malcolm X as a college recruiter. Prince Madison was bringing a group of kids over all the time to do tours because they was actually taking dual credit classes at Malcolm X, and I was like helping, making sure they eat and tour the building. And I told him one day I heard he was looking for an early college person, and this was the first time. And the reason why I was attracted to Michele Clark is because I was Spivvy and Amaya, and it was the first time they sitting down eating, and like they arguing over who wants to be number one. Like, no, you're not gonna have more A's than me. Like, it wasn't. And I've toured every majority of the high schools in Chicago. That came to Malcolm X to tour, and that was the first time I like really sat down and heard some kids really compete academically, and I was super attracted to the school. And I told him, he was on the second floor one day. I called him. I told the Alejandro, the assistant dean, like, look, I know you cool, Prince Anderson. Like, they got an opening. I need to get over there. I want to get over there. I want to work with them kids. And we made it happen. So that was how I got over here to Michele class.
That's dope, man.
That was the truth. I don't
really
tell the
dope.
story. So Prince Anderson, he's gonna close it off with some gifts.
I'm coming back because you guys deserve an Eminem jersey.
Hey.
So Eminem jersey. Let's see if I can.
Well, I need 2.0.
I know we got to come up with another one, Lee.
Mine and logged
we
some
gonna- we
hours.
gonna-
Just
we
trying to
gonna-
get an upgrade.
So
Yeah.
we want to
Straight
make
up.
sure
Need a
that you
captain
guys are
one.
now official Eminem players.
Thank you, sir.
Let's go. Thank
This
you.
is really cool.
Yeah.
man.
And it's got both sleeves.
And it's got both sleeves, even though
Yeah, I
you didn't
even
need both
just a
sleeves.
half. That's nice.
So
really
yeah,
cool,
we wanted to
man.
make sure you got your Eminem. Now that we can say that you are official, we didn't know if 250 was gonna really
Well,
last.
listen, we got it now.
But I really do appreciate you guys. I appreciate Prince Anderson for letting me lead this this program. And man, we're gonna go to some high places real soon. So
And
I
coming soon,
appreciate
we
you
got
guys.
some more dual credits that teachers have qualified for.
Yeah.
So I'm really, really excited. And we'll be meeting with some more teachers later this week.
Yeah.
So you want to
Thank
sign us off?
Yep.
or-
Thank you. I appreciate it. Early college. We out.
Man, I appreciate
Peace.
you.
Yeah.
Later.
Yup.